Sammy Davis Jr. has long been associated with Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack, and the early days of modern Las Vegas. A trailblazer, he broke through barriers, entered mainstream culture despite segregation. 8 News Now reporter Joshua Peguero has our story tonight.
In the historic West Side is this unassuming house at the intersection of Adams Avenue and F Street. This is the Harrison Guest House, and one prominent guest was Sammy Davis Jr., Manny's father.
See my father in his candid moments having fun while he was experiencing Vegas. It wasn't all bad, it was a lot of good moments.
Manny Davis says this as he stares into the small room his dad was forced to stay in due to segregation.
This is the Sammy I know the most. This is the Sammy I remember the most as a kid, and he just always looked good.
One of the most famous entertainers during his time, Sammy Davis Jr. couldn't escape racism. He couldn't sleep in the strip hotels where he performed.
He wanted a place where he felt comfortable. He wanted a place where people of his skin color felt comfortable. Actually, it didn't matter your skin color. He just wanted a place where he can vibe with people after the show because he couldn't hang out with them in the casino.
Davis Jr. broke barriers in both culture and politics despite the racial obstacles. He was the first black man to appear on the cover of GQ magazine in 1967 and the first African American to sleep in the White House as a guest in 1973. Thanks to Republican President Richard Nixon.
It was like a journey. He went from vaudeville at the age of 3 to the age of 64, and so he really had worked for 60 years.
Manny is the youngest of Sammy's children. Sammy died at the age of 64 in 1990 of throat cancer. Manny became the administrator of the estate after his mother, Sammy's third wife, passed away.
He was a multifaceted entertainer. He basically can play all the instruments. He never went to school to learn any of that. There are a lot of great artists here, but nobody like him. He was an originator.
Sammy Davis was famously a member of the Rat Pack alongside Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. This is them at the Sands Hotel where they had, during the 60s, what you would now call a residency.
You're the guy that gave it to my sister in the back.
Davis continued performing in Las Vegas on his own when the Rat Pack separated. He also wrote books, appeared in movies, and recorded music. Manny says what's often overlooked was Davis's civil rights efforts. Some in the black community called him a sellout.
They thought he was kind of a jive turkey, and then he wasn't for the cause. But the thing is, he was like a civil rights advocate. He was on the dais when Martin gave his I Have a Dream speech, and they were best friends.
His desire to be great pushed Davis to the top, creating a blueprint for black entertainers trying to break into mainstream culture. Manny says rather than carry hate or anger, his father instead focused on this.
He always wanted to be the best, and he worked very hard to be the best.
Now, the Harrison Guest House is a nonprofit that collects donations to help preserve his history. If you'd like to donate, we have a link on our website, 8newsnow.com.